What's up, Trekkies? Hi. So let's see, we've got a couple little bits of news. The first item on the agenda, which I'm not going to play here because you can just click the very first link. It's going to be the official launch trailer of Agents of Yesterday. I have not watched it. I'm not going to live watch it. It is a minute and a half long. We already know it's coming out next Wednesday, the 6th. We're not going to really talk about that one. The link will take you right to the blog post. It's technically a YouTube video, so I could technically put in an annotation for it. If you don't want to go to the blog post, just click the annotation down in that corner. If you want to watch it, it'll open in a new window, so you can yeah. Anyways, so something new today. We have two bits of news, and they're kind of both big. So we're gonna pre-do long video, pre-say hey hi. The first one is more recent, Infinity Lockbox. This is not a new, it is Lockbox. It is and is not new. What it is it's replacing the all lockbox drop event that happens in between lockboxes. The quirk to this one is, there's a table on the page, it'll be the second link. What it does is you'll get an Infinity Lockbox. These are gonna be pretty much set in the game. I'm not going to say forever, but they're going to be for a while. As it is, you will unlock it with a key. That's the only key you're going to have to use on it. Key user, as they state in here, will get a thing after that. If it is an Infinity Prize Pack, it will say what kind of Infinity Prize Pack it is. Whether it be Weapon Pack, Kit Module, Bridge Officer, Ground Trait, Space Trait, Console, Tier 5 secondary ship, Tier 5 ship, Tier 6 ship, Tier 6 ultra ship, ultra rare ship. Below that is the regular, what we call common prizes. And those are going to come out of the box regardless. Or not regardless, but they'll come out with Duty Officer, extra large boost, kit frames, crafting packs, Duty Officer packs, and Duty Officer assignments. Those, it says random. So if you get those, you get those. Because they're not going to be tied to any, they're not really tied to any specific lockbox ever. They're always on there, so they're always in this one. However, if something like a weapons pack, say phased Polaron or destabilizing refracting Tetrion, the ones that come out of the packs, when you open it and you get an Infinity Prize Pack, according to what I read here, if you open that, you then get a choice of which one you want. This does go for a Tier 6, this goes for the ships too. So it's a Tier 5 secondary ship, Tier 5 ship, yada yada da da da. Tier 5 secondary ship would be like Mirror Universe ships, Raider, the Kazon Raider. The Tier 5 ship is like the Tal Shiar Adapted Destroyer. The Tier 6 ship is like the Krenim Imperium warship, and the Tier 6 ultra rare ship is stuff like the Tarantula, the Vomph, the big guy. So if it's like the big one in the box, then that's that. If you get Infinity Prize Pack, Tier 6 ultra rare ship, that is bound to you. However, you open that up, you again will have a choice. Do you want to get the Tarantula? Do you want to get the Vump? Anything previously, then that pack won't be bound to you. And you can sell it on the exchange or give it to a friend. Which I think is beneficial because that way, in a way, you only have to carry one lockbox. Rather than grabbing, because it's an inventory saver. So that way, if you're grabbing a bunch of lockboxes, you're not gonna have 6 spaces in your inventory, 6 or 7 spaces that are filled up with 1 or 2, 4 lockboxes, all that happy jazz. And so now you'll just have infinity lockboxes and then open that. It allows a lot more control of choice, even though you technically have the same control, it just allows for better bag space management. But this is actually really cool because people may not know what's in each ship, so now you can just unlock this, be like, oh, it's an ultra ship, what do I want? I really wanted that one, rather than trying to wait to see if you can get the specific lockbox or buying the lockbox specifically from the Dilithium store. By the way, you can do that. You can buy any lockboxes you want in packs of 20, FYI. That's only, it says it's for a limited time, but any time that they've allowed for any lockbox to drop, they're doing away with that. And now they're putting in the Infinity one. So basically it'll be like, this lockbox will go, and then it'll stop, and then the Infinity one will go, and it will have the option for the most recent one. Yeah, however, the contents will include prizes from it says nearly all retired lockboxes in a single massive prize table. And then they go in to explain it, and I gave an overview of it, but if you want to get the nitty-gritty details on what Cryptic is telling us, aside from drop rate percentages, you can read the you can read the thing downstairs. Now, for the longer thing, we're gonna go into I feel like I need to like take a breather when I see this, because it is, by and large, this is a really weirdly written blog post. A lot of this stuff sounds like repeat, but much like a couple weeks ago when I went over the 23rd century ships, we're going over the 26th century ships, which are the tier 6 versions, pretty much ish sort of the previous. There's some correlation over like the science vessel, the Daedalus, is going to be basically the Theseus, the science vessel, which one looks like the Daedalus, the other one looks like a futuristic golf ball ship. So we've got all the basic things. If you've seen the pack, you've seen like the science, the escort, the cruiser, the battle cruiser, and you know, all that stuff as they move up, and now you've got all the tier 6 version of those. So again, we're gonna have stats here, and because I don't change my visuals, you just need to listen to me and you can read the stuff. This is all available from the C store or the pack. You don't really, anyways. This is all Vice Admiral. It's available to Starfleet if you don't have one of these new characters, and it's available to the new characters, which are considered 23rd century Starfleet TOS. The thing about the Nautilus is it looks, as you see, tactical and science, not much engineering. So in a way, good, but I like that it has the Aux at the +15 Aux plus 5 shields. Works really well. An improved polarized hull seem pretty decent, but again, it's got a science vessel package. You know, exotic damage, shield, hit points, healing, and then shield regen and hardness. And then improved polarized hull is the traits and the consoles are down at the bottom, not in a short little bit after the. So improve nanoprobe containment module. It is nanoprobe containment module. It's basically nanoprobe infestation for ground science. I know it makes a weird bit of sense. If you are a science officer and you know about nanoprobe infestation, which is little and then it hits something and then it spreads, it's basically the same thing but for a ship. It also has a passive exotic damage and resistance to all. May only be equipped on temporal science vessel variants, which is also the fleet one. As you can see there, it does say Commander Science / Temporal Agent, so you will be able to get 4 of them because these are pretty much the only ships with them. Sort of like buying the pilot vessels, you had a Commander Tactical / Pilot, so that works. And then it's got molecular reconstruction. We talked about that last week. That's sort of a shifting of what you want to do when you get to blast out the beams that you get to blast out a beam that gets all of its stuff multiplied by however many stacks of which reconstruction aura you had built. Sounds like a really cool mechanic. Don't know how well it's going to be able to be juggled. So, I mean, really cool. I mean, it's good. Science vessel, sensor analysis, subsystem targeting, secondary deflector slot. That's pure science vessel right there. Yay, tier 6. Although, Lieutenant Commander Universal, really good. So you can boost up your extra science if you want. And you don't have to and you can get like Commander Temporal Agent, Lieutenant Commander Temporal Agent abilities and not sacrifice any of like your Tychon's Rift or Gravity Well. You may just not have the best one because you'll have to use level 1. But get enough control expertise and your Gravity Well 1 still kicking some ass. Lieutenant Engineering, but Lieutenant Commander Tactical. So it's a little bit more offensive. Sounds pretty cool. But again, Lieutenant Commander Universal, Lieutenant Commander Tactical, that's insane. That's pretty cool right there. The Theseus class is the Temporal Escort. There's your Commander Tactical, Temporal Agent, Lieutenant Commander Science, and Lieutenant Commander Universal. So its affinity seems more towards science, as we can see here in the consoles. 5 Tactical, 3 Science, 2 Engineering. Plus 15 weapons, plus 5 engines. That's really cool. The Starship trait is Designated Target. Designated Target. Well, this trait's slotted after you kill a target affected by your Focused Assault ability. Allies within 5 kilometers of the defeated target will gain a moderate hull heal and damage boost. Ooh. Focused Assault, I don't remember what that is. To be fair. The Time Stream Rift Warhead, which is the console it comes with. Passive bonus, directed energy, weapon damage, and crit severity. Upon impact, the warhead will launch a warhead. Upon impact, will cause heavy physical damage and create hazardous temporal rift. Enemies trapped inside this rift will suffer additional physical damage over time and have their flight speed drastically reduced and have a chance to periodically be held. So it's a small gravity well. It doesn't draw them back in, but that works. And it says additional physical damage. I mean, Tychon's Rift does physical damage, but Gravity Well is more. The Fleet version has an extra science. It looks like more hull. But again, remember, it does not come with the trait nor the console. You have to get the actual version of that, which in turn will make your Fleet version cheaper, I think. I don't know. Okay, now moving on to the Sagittarius class. It's the full-blown cruiser. Commander Engineering, Lieutenant Commander Tactical, so kind of an assault cruiser sort of thing, and then Lieutenant Commander Science, so not a Universal. Science and Tactical, both Lieutenant Commander, so equal on both. Lieutenant Universal / Temporal Agent, and Ensign Engineering. It's like 343 as you can see, so really flat balanced. That's actually really cool. +5, I mean, it's good cruisers. I like cruisers that are just sort of flat balanced, because they have battle cruisers, for Christ's sake. You know, that's offensive oriented. Chronoton Particle Exciter, which is its console. When this ability is activated, your teammates will gain a massive boost to damage resistance and outgoing hull and shield heals are substantially more powerful during this duration. This console provides a passive boost to maximum hull hit points and kinetic damage resistance. So, cool. Can only be equipped on cruisers. So, and then the trait is Shield Overload. Activating emergency power to shields, any level, will apply a massive boost of damage resistance and shield hardness. However, the effectiveness of the boost will drop off over time. So if you know you're going to get massive damage incoming, you can emergency power to shields, and then basically the graphic goes, and then as it fades away, I'm taking a wild guess this might last the same time, but it has an effect that matches the visual effect, and I think it's kind of cool. It could last for longer, I don't know, but it just like, because it almost shields you momentarily in that like whitish sphere, that you may have near invulnerability for like that half a second. Don't quote me, it has no stats here, but I'm thinking it's gonna have like a lot and then it's gonna drop right off. So like, so maybe, who knows? And then the fleet version just has a 5th engineering slot and its stats are turned up a bit. Requires a tier 4 shipyard. So it's tier 2 shipyard, tier 3 shipyard, tier 4 shipyard, and now we're moving on to the Paladin class. Temporal Battlecruiser. Available at the C-Store, obviously. Commander Engineering Temporal Agent, Lieutenant Tactical Temporal Agent, Lieutenant Science, Lieutenant Universal, so no ensign slot, and then Lieutenant Commander Tactical. So much more offensive oriented, because we've got 4 Tactical, 4 Engineering, 2 Science, +10 to weapons, +10 to engines. So much like you'd see from an escort, but has the hull and turn rate of a cruiser. And it only has the limited cruiser commands of weapons and shields. Whereas the regular cruiser doesn't have the movement one, but it has weapons, shields, and then taunt. The heavy phaser platform, which is its console. After a few seconds, it will begin firing devastating blasts of fire. You deploy it, it'll heavy blast of phaser fire at nearby foes. After a short time, the platform will trigger a self-destruct sequence. If it isn't destroyed before the sequence is complete, it will cause massive kinetic damage to nearby foes. Probably something really good to do. Drop it off right near like a gravity well if you see, or something that's like stable, like, I don't know, Impact Nor, Terok Nor, whatever that woman comes through, whatever Lita comes through with, Terok Nor, or anything that is like stable, like the battle cruiser, the Citadel ships that just basically sit there for a while. It could be really cool for that. You don't want to use it on the Undine ships that do this. They might, who knows what the radius is, but still even if it's 10 kilometers, those Undine ships can get out of there real fast. It also provides a passive boost to phaser damage and projectile damage. So someone's gonna you're gonna want to shift over to phaser, which most people use anyways, and its trait is retaliation. You will unlock retaliation while the trait's slotted. As you suffer a critical hit, you will gain a boost to your weapon damage and crit chance. This buff can stack 3 times. That's that. Again, that's the 26th century ships. The only thing left that I know of that we have to deal with from Cryptic is... That's refreshing the wrong page there, TJ. The 31st century ships literally just popped up. Literally. Okay, looks like we're going through this. Because I'm not gonna... I could go over it next week. They'll be out for so long anyways. Okay, so we're gonna have to increase this a lot longer. I went over the... Alright, it's only 3 ships. So we're good here. Again, stats up here, not gonna really go over them, but I may have like face melty. I'm looking forward to this multi-mission temporal site fest. Should I read it first? No. We're gonna skip past that one and we're gonna go on to the Kronos class Temporal Dreadnought, which comes with fighters. Tier 6 ship. Again, this will be the 4th link, if you really care. Sorry for this long video. A lot of ships. Big expansion coming out here. 4 in the front, 4 in the back. Again, that's nice. Commander Engineering, Temporal Operative, Lieutenant Universal, Lieutenant Commander Tactical, Lieutenant Commander Science. So it's very similar to the Paladin, the other cruiser, the previous cruiser. I literally just forgot its name. Sagittarius class. But since it's a dreadnought, it has different stuff. This is plus, as you can see, plus 10 weapons, plus 5 shield, plus 5 engine. It has a chronotachyon capacitor. I'll get to that in just a second. 1 hangar bay, comes with epoch fighters. Don't know what those are. We'll get to those in just a second because the multi-mission temporal science vessel. I cannot believe I can say it that fast. I'm so excited. The master packages of a dreadnought cruiser. So hull regen, energy radiation resistance, crit chance, mach hull, and then exotic modulation. Again, trait will go here just a second. The cruiser commands attract fire, so taunting, and weapons efficiency. It's very much a dreadnought. It comes with molecular reconstruction as things. It does not come, as I can see, with a lance. That's okay. So the chronotachyon capacitor. When you activate this console, your starship will draw the attention of nearby foes. You will recover hull hit points, shield hit points each time you are hit by directed energy weapons, and you will gain a stack of chronotachyon capacitance. After a short time, this effect will end and you will gain a short duration buff of directed energy damage, crit hit chance, crit severity based on the number of stacks of chronotachyon capacitance. That is a f***ing word. The console also provides a passive boost to hull capacity and engineering readiness skill. That's cooldown reduction, by the way. Cooldown reduction. This console may be equipped on 31st century temporal starships and may be equipped on any console slot. So these ships are a trio, it looks like. And apparently there's a set bonus for these. Holy crap! Now, the Escort, which is the Ouroboros, that's pronounced Ouroboros, it's the Temporal Raider. These are also used for any faction. These aren't limited to Starfleet. You can get these as a Romulan or a Klingon. Stats here, Commander Universal, Temporal Operative. Wow. Oh, it has all Universal. Two Lieutenant Commander Universals, and wow, that's all. That's like a bird of prey. Obviously, it has the Raider package, and thus Raider flanking. Plus 20%, when you're in an enemy's rear arc, 25% bonus damage, 8.33% damage when attacking in player enemy's rear arc. Cool. And then the Raider package is accuracy, defense, all damage boost, and then crit severity. And so the tactical stabilizer tactical system stabilizer. Well, the console equip your starship is capable of activating an ability that will overcharge your starship's weapon systems and tactical computers for a short time. While active, your weapon cycle haste is dramatically increased and your bridge officer recharge times are reduced slightly for every few seconds. Cool. Passive boost, directed energy weapon damage, tactical readiness skill. Awesome. Can be equipped on any 31st century temporal starship, maybe slotted in any console. Blah, blah, blah. The Eterno class temporal science vessel. It's a multi-mission. It doesn't say it, but it's multi-mission. It's a Vesta upgrade and I'm super excited. It's got a 1.475 shield modifier, Commander Science, Temporal, and then Temporal Operative, Lieutenant Commander Engineering, Lieutenant Commander Universal, Science, Lieutenant Tactical, and Ensign Science. Oh my god, I want this ship so f***ing badly. Oh my god. Plus 15 aux, plus 5 shield, sensor analysis, subsystem targeting, secondary deflector slot, molecular reconstruction, causal anchor. But it's got a science vessel thing. Particle feedback loop is the trait. Remember, we're going over all the traits here right after I over what a causal anchor is. Oh god, that's a paragraph. While this console is equipped, your starship is capable of forcefully realigning the local anomalies in the time stream. This causes a pair of temporal anomalies to appear near your target. These anomalies will slowly move toward the target's location at the time of activating the ability. Any foe that comes within contact with either anomaly will suffer physical damage, have their power drained, and have their flight speed reduced and be pulled towards the anomaly. It is literally a Tychon's Rift and a gravity well at the same time. The strength of this anomaly grows as they approach one another. Once they come into contact with each other, two anomalies will cause a small shockwave that will damage all nearby enemies. Oh my god, this boot provides a passive boost to exotic damage and exotic damage crit chance. Oh, I'm gonna bite my own skin off. Alright, the set bonuses for these 3 consoles is Advanced Engineering, 2-piece, Directed Energy, bonus Directed Weapon damage and max hull hit points. 3. Temporal synergies. Reduces the recharge time of all consoles in this set. And the starship traits. For Science Vessel, the particle feedback. While this trait is slotted, using an exotic damage ability will provide a small boost to armor penetration. It stacks 3 times. Compared to what that ship can do, that's really passive and small. Exotic modulation for the Dreadnought. You will unlock an exotic modulation. Well, this trait is using directed energy modulation or any temporal operative ability will provide a large boost to exotic damage for a short period of time. Regroup on the Raider. After reaching level 5, blah, 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 your attack pattern bridge officer abilities will reduce the recharge time of engineering and temporal bridge officer abilities. Kinda meh traits. Epoch Fighters. Epoch Fighters have anti-proton beam arrays and chronoton torpedo launcher. That's what the level 1s have. And they can only be equipped on the Science Vessels and the Dreadnought cruisers. The Escort, I'm sorry, the Raider doesn't get fighters, I'm sorry. The advanced ones have anti-proton beam array in the front and the back and chronoton torpedo launcher. The elite ones have, and they have channeled destruction, which is probably a temporal ability. The elite ones have one in the front, one in the back, chronoton torpedo launcher in the front, channel destruction 1, beam fire at will 1. So probably not that great, but again, probably launches 3 at a time. Doesn't say. Most likely, because they're fighters. But yeah, that's that. This is a really long video, and my heart cannot handle that multi-mission. Oh my god. I'm getting too old to see ship stats like that. I will catch you guys next week, and we will sit here and gack out on things.